This is the Tom Bigby Tales, and I'm your host, Shannon Evans. I write about a small town in northeast Mississippi called Columbus, and sometimes I write about the rest of the state. This episode is titled An American Success Story, Charles McLaran of Riverview and the Rise of a Business Titan. In the bustling port city of Baltimore in 1823, a young man named Charles McLaran dreamed of making his mark on the world. Growing up in a modest merchant family, he learned the basics of commerce by helping in his father's small hardware store on the waterfront. At 21, with nothing but $78 in savings, a leather-bound ledger book, and an unwavering determination, he bid farewell to his home in Baltimore, Maryland, and headed south to Birmingham, Alabama. This 750-mile journey, mostly by stagecoach and riverboat, would set in motion a series of events that would shape not only his destiny but also the development of several American cities. McLaren's first year in Birmingham tested his resolve. He worked 16-hour days as a clerk in Henderson's General Store, sleeping in the back room and saving every penny. He existed on cornbread and beans. At night, he taught himself cotton grading and learning the complexities of the cotton futures market. His breakthrough, though, came when his uncle passed away, leaving him an unexpected inheritance of $3,000, which is roughly the equivalent of $95,000 today. McLaren's inheritance provided him with capital to invest. It also allowed him to purchase his first 120-acre plantation for $800 and invest $1,200 in essential equipment. He built a small cotton gin and reserved his remaining working capital for expansion. Displaying the business acumen that would become his trademark, he chose to enter the lucrative cotton industry. The antebellum South's economy revolved around white gold, and McLaren's strategic purchase of 3 plantations along the Black Warrior River proved to be a shrewd investment. By 1840, his operations had over 200 enslaved people and produced 1,500 bales annually. By 1847, McLaran had established himself as a respected businessman in Columbus, Mississippi. His greatest achievement during this period was co-founding what would later become First National Bank of Columbus, investing $25,000 of his own capital. As its first president, he introduced innovative lending practices for small farmers and established the first mortgage department in the region. He also created a revolutionary system for tracking customer credit. Some of his lending practices were groundbreaking for that time. He introduced seasonal payment plans aligned with harvest times. He created collateral-based loans using farm equipment and character-based credit assessments. He also offered flexible interest rates based on crop futures. He extended banking hours during harvest season and hired mobile banking agents who visited the rural communities. He also hosted financial literary workshops and bilingual services for the burgeoning local German immigrant population. As the bank's first president, he demonstrated leadership abilities that caught the attention of political operatives who repeatedly urged him to run for governor of the state, offers he consistently declined. McLaran joined the prestigious Masonic Order locally in 1848, advancing to the Distinguished Royal Arch degree. His weekly Masonic meetings became crucial networking opportunities, connecting him with the other prominent businessmen, including Governor John Matthews, railroad magnate William Roundtree, and cotton broker James Pemberton. As the storm clouds of the Civil War gathered on the horizon, McLaran made a strategic decision to relocate to St. Louis. Rather than merely focusing on personal profit, he dedicated himself to civic improvement. His first and most notable contribution was helping establish the Metropolitan Police System in 1857 as one of the first police commissioners. He then founded St. Louis's first public library in 1859 and created the city's first fire insurance company in 1860. He also served on the St. Louis Board of Education from 1861 to 1865 and personally funded 3 rural schoolhouses in the community. He created a scholarship program for orphan children and was a large financial supporter of teacher training programs. McLaran helped modernize St. Louis by financing the city's first steam-powered fire engine. He contributed to the city's street paving program projects and the municipal water system. He advocated for public transportation in and around the city as well. In 1867, McLaran partnered with his nephew to establish McLaran and Williams, the wholesale hardware business. Through strategic planning and excellent management, their company became one of the largest hardware enterprises in the western United States. They revolutionized the industry by introducing mail order catalogs, creating a regional distribution network of 12 warehouses, implementing standardized pricing across territories, and offering credit to established merchants. Their company partnered with 3 railroad companies and developed a river barge delivery system for their goods. They created a 200-page illustrated catalog of their goods and services and offered a 30-day guarantee on every item. They offered credit terms for established merchants and were famous for their seasonal sales promotions. McLaran's influence extended beyond business. He established technical training programs and created over 1,000 jobs in the St. Louis area. From McLaran's 1870 speech to the St. Louis Chamber of Commerce, quote, "Commerce without conscience is merely greed dressed in fine clothes. Our duty as businessmen extends beyond our ledgers to the very heart of our communities. We must build not just wealth, but institutions that serve the public good." After several successful years leading McLaran and Williams, Charles McLaran retired from active business operations. He spent his remaining years managing his substantial estate, which is a testament to his business acumen and diverse investments. Thank you for coming on my show, Tom Bigby Tales. Until next time.